Hello and welcome to Ace Ideas. Today happens to be a special day for me to record and upload. It's National Coming Out Day. And in honor of National Coming Out Day, allow me to say, hey, I'm polyamorous. Which is actually what I want to talk about today in Ace Ideas relationships. So, as a polyamorous person, I choose to seek out romantic relationships with more than one person at a time, with everyone involved's consent. Consent is a huge part of relationships in general, and I feel like it's especially important in polyamory because communication has to be so clear, so open to make sure that everyone's on the same page with everything that goes on in these multiple relationships, or these relationships with multiple people. And I feel like asexuality and polyamory intersect a lot more than we would think they would, and like it almost makes sense to me that being asexual and polyamorous go so well together for me, because like I I blur a lot of lines between what is romantic and what is platonic, and I don't I really don't like a lot of I find distinctions between romantic relationships and close platonic relationships oftentimes to be pretty arbitrary. It's a lot about, like, I understand that feelings are different, but to and like I experience romantic attraction. I consider myself a romantic asexual, but at the same time, I don't. I feel like it's just really arbitrary to prioritize a romantic relationship over a platonic relationship just for the sheer nature that it's romantic. Like, which is why I don't like to use the phrases like just friends. They just never sat well with me, because that's not fair to my friends, to people I feel to whom I feel very close, very emotionally intimate, and like I consider my partner at the same level of closeness as I do my best friends, and like people I've known for a long time. So why should I just rank her over them just because our relationship is romantic and physically affectionate? It just, like, that doesn't determine any sort of closeness of hierarchy. And of course I'm polyamorous too, so like I feel that same romantic attraction for more than one person, and I want to be able to express my love how I see fit, barring everyone's consent, of course, but it just seems unfair to me or to other polyamorous people that we should have this social stigma that, oh, we must find our one true love to spend the rest of our lives with. Because I want to spend my life with all of my true loves, with my family, my with my partners. Well, I have one partner now, but that might change in the future. I don't know. With my oldest and closest friends, I want to spend the rest of my life with all of them. Like, if you feel close to someone, then you should want them to, then like, I don't think it's fair that society expects people to just sort of settle with stick with one person for the rest of their life. Because what if you want to stick one person can't it's unfair to expect one person to be someone's everything. I mean, and also, um, a lot of relationships, romantic, platonic, married, not married, otherwise can go sour. And like, staying in a toxic relationship is just not healthy, no matter how long no matter how long someone's been in that relationship or how close they were before it went south. So I don't I don't know. I really don't like this culture of expecting people to bond for life to one person, no matter what. And so, like, I understand that for some people that is how they're hardwired, and if you only want to be in a relationship with one person or with nobody, then that's fine. And I'm not going to judge you or stop you from doing that. I just expect that we polyamorous people get treated with the same respect, and that we aren't, because there's a lot of stereotypes out there. Just as we talked about asexual stereotypes on last Ace Ideas Week, there are a lot of polyamorous stereotypes that we are flighty, or that we're afraid of commitment, or that we're just after casual sex and we don't really love, which, of course, I'm asexual also. There are plenty of asexual polyamorous people that I've talked to on Avon and other places like Vegas. There are more of us. And the intersection between asexuality and polyamory is kind of one that's tough to navigate, because there's a stigma that polyamorous people are highly sexual, or that like asexual people can't seek out relationships, when both are untrue. And both communities have just as much variety in them as any other community. So it's not really fair to put those assumptions on us. And like, but at the same time, asexuality and polyamory seem to go hand in hand pretty well, because but in both communities, there's a lot of exploration of alternative relationship styles. Neither community particularly subscribes to the relationship escalator, which I can link in the description. I can find a link to the page that talks about the relationship escalator that I've read. And people in both communities feel, I certainly know I get it from both the ace side and the poly side, I feel pressure from around me to conform to society's heteronormativity, and to stick with one relationship and one specific type of relationship. And that's like supposed to be what I want. I'm supposed to want to get married. I'm supposed to want to have children. I'm supposed to want to have a family, when I don't. And there are a lot of people who are asexual who don't. A lot of people who are polyamorous who don't. A lot of people who are asexual and polyamorous who don't. I mean, I'm sure in every community there are people who do, but and like, no one's stopping them, or no one should be stopping them. But there's so much pressure for people like me who don't want to conform to a particular relationship style, to conform to that style. And hopefully by discussing more openly asexuality and discussing more openly polyamory and open relationships, people can start to wake up and see that we are here. We don't want to live the lifestyle that other people are trying to impose on us. Like, if it works for you, great, but if it doesn't work for me, then please don't force me to do this thing. So I really wanted to talk about that. I wanted to talk about asexuality and polyamory, and how the two are closer allies than people might think. And both communities have done me a great deal of justice in the last few years that I've been coming out. So thank you for listening, and I'll see you in 2 weeks.